This week on NewsNight, we'll tell you how COVID is ravaging the nation and find out what that means for the election, and how activist groups in Pittsburgh are rallying together. All that and more coming up on NewsNight. Welcome to NewsNight. I'm CARLO ANDREASSI, and tonight we start with Saturday, October 3rd, which was the 30th anniversary of the unification of East Germany and West Germany. Unfortunately, what would have been a huge celebration was brought to a screeching halt due to the coronavirus pandemic. While there was originally planned to be a fairly large crowd in Berlin to mark this special occasion, the event had to be cut massively. Only 230 guests were permitted, which is about 1/5 of the original intended audience. The event was led by Germany's President Frank-Walter Steinmeier and Chancellor Angela Merkel, who told the Associated Press that the celebration, quote, will be quieter than the occasion would actually deserve. However, they pressed on in remembering this historical feat for Germany, with Merkel noting to Germany's parliament the significant progress that Germany has made in the past 30 years to overcome their differences between East Germany and West Germany. Though she added that, quote, structural differences remain and further efforts are necessary, end quote. It goes to show that no matter how much the pandemic affects our day-to-day lives, it can't erase the history or the will to make progress. Okay. As we all probably very well know, Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States of America, has COVID-19. He's recently been put under fire for endangering the lives of his Secret Service agents when he rode in an SUV on Sunday, October 4th, to pass by supporters in a photo op outside the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Even one of his agents in the SUV, who now has to quarantine, expressed his discontent, telling CNN, quote, the frustration with how we're treated when it comes to decisions on the illness goes back before this, though. We're not disposable, end quote. Trump criticized the media backlash in a tweet the day after, where he said the vehicle was secure and his supporters were waiting outside for, quote, many hours and even days to pay their respect to their president, end quote. He said that the media would say it was rude to ignore his supporters had he stayed in the hospital. Mr. Trump was released from Walter Reed on Monday, October 5th, and told Americans that he's feeling great and the COVID is nothing to worry about. Coming up after break, find out more about COVID-19 in Pittsburgh and what D.C. officials tested positive. All that and more after the break.
All right, go.
Go to our new website, uview.plainpark.edu.
Go, 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 go. Be like, join EOP. And 3, 2, join EOP.
Grab them now, or else I will stop.
Yeah.
Join On Point with Politics. 3, 2, 1.
Join Pioneer Sideline.
Loneliest number that you'll ever do.
President Trump's diagnosis doesn't only affect him and his family. More than a dozen government officials have now tested positive. Stephanie Polando has more on the story.
The coronavirus infected about 7 million Americans. Amongst those cases are 15 White House members, including Donald Trump himself and First Lady Melania Trump. 3 senators contracted COVID-19 and caused Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to push back the date where all of Senate can return to the White House to October 19th, 2 weeks later than originally planned. The infected 3 were Republican Senators Mike Lee, Tom Tillis, and Ron Johnson. Other members of White House staff that tested positive for COVID are Katie Miller, Hope Hicks, Nick Luna, Bill Stipin, Ronna McDaniel, Kellyanne Conway, and Chris Christie. Those who fell ill had the same mixed feelings about the severity of the virus. Research indicates that Republicans expressed less concern for the virus than Democrats. The individuals that all contracted the virus were often seen without masks in social events and when speaking to reporters. The coronavirus does not discriminate. Any individual can catch this fatal disease. Hopefully, due to these significant developments, more Americans will understand the severity of the pandemic and choose to adhere to the CDC's advice, practice social distancing, and wear a mask.
Sunday, October 4th was not an exciting time as coronavirus cases in Pennsylvania spiked that day to a record high since the beginning of the pandemic. 2,251 new cases were reported, along with 37 more deaths. The highest number of COVID cases in Pennsylvania we saw prior was all the way back on April 9th, when there were 1,089 reported cases. Allegheny County had the highest spike out of all western Pennsylvania, with 204 additional cases. However, there have been no deaths recorded for our country. There have been no deaths reported for our county for October 4th thus far. Luckily for us, the spike is mostly a product of Pennsylvania's east side, but that's not to say we didn't play a part in it as well. This should be a wake-up call, if you haven't gotten it already, to please remember to wear your mask, social distance, and wash your hands as frequently as possible. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want another shutdown. I think we should be responsible so we can keep schools and businesses open here in Pittsburgh. Coming up right after the break, find out more about trans rights activists in Pittsburgh and your weekly weather report.
What's one word to describe CAB?
Welcoming.
Community.
Creative.
Experiences.
Family. Openness.
Pineapple.
The Campus Activities Board is a student-run organization that consists of 7 different committees. Each focuses on event planning, marketing, and administrative activities. Join us in organizing the juiciest events on campus, from late-night bingo to festive dances to our team bonding meetings. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Point Park Cap, or like us on Facebook at Campus Activities Board at Point Park University.
Good evening and welcome to NewsNight. I'm Josh Troop alongside Jess Paterchak.
Defending his decision to kick out 15 Cuban diplomats from the United States.
Thanks, Allison. Fitness on Demand has returned to Point Park.
Residents fear that Mount Agung will have a repeat of 1963's eruption.
2-star NFL quarterbacks made the headlines this week after wrapping up.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's your news tonight. For Nick Tomarello, I'm Alex Grubbs. Have a great night.
Pittsburgh is home to many advocacies and progressive groups, one of which being Trans Uniting. This nonprofit resource organization provides educational programs for trans people and allies. As stated on their website and Instagram, Trans Uniting plans to eradicate transphobia in the city. The team, comprised of transgender and non-binary community leaders, advocates, and allies, has more than 60 years of experience helping transgender, non-binary, and gender-expansive people to prosper. The group exercises their right to assemble every Thursday at the City Council building. This day has gained the name of Trans Visibility Thursday. Everyone is invited to join this peaceful protest. Participants are encouraged to get loud, wear black, and bring cash for donations. All money collected will go towards community members in need, as well as help the fund of the organization's work. The CEO and founder of Trans Uniting, Dina Stanley, has recently faced many charges and citations following some of her work. The organization stands behind her.
While fall is in full swing, temperatures remain high, for the next week at least. Nick Konopka has a more detailed forecast.
Thanks, Carlo. This week we're going to have some high temperatures with some chances of rain scattered throughout the beginning of the week. Thursday we'll have a high of 72 and a low of 45. Friday we'll have a 71, mostly sunny, low of 61. Saturday 72 degrees with partly sunny skies and a low of 59. Sunday, we're going to stay about the same with 70 degrees with a 30% chance of rain and a low of 61. Monday, we're dropping it down to 67 degrees with a 40% chance of showers and a low of 58 degrees. And then we're coming back up to 70 with a 30% chance of rain and a low of 52 on Tuesday. Wednesday, it'll be 65 with partly cloudy skies and a low of 48. Now back to you, Carlo.
That's your news for tonight. Thanks for tuning in this week. I'm Carlo Andreassi, and from everyone here at NewsNight, good night.